Welcome everyone to the live portion of our Mother Spirit community call-ins or gatherings that we hold. Today we have with us Catherine, Lauren, and Olivier is here also. So we're just rolling this conversation about relationships, actually, was our last thing that we were speaking about. And the challenges that come with Shivambu and relationships. Not the challenges, but the challenges, but also the what's revealed in the relationship when Shivambu enters.
Nice.
So,
And yeah, it's a crescent moon. This
mm-hmm.
is my moon. This is the moon I was born under.
Oh, cute.
The small crescent of Taurus right now,
Mm.
right about. So welcome everyone, motherspirit.creom.net. You can find all of our platforms and join through whatever platform you are using. And yeah, we are growing. We have so many projects that we want to get started. So if you want to get into it and get involved, please do get in touch.
Yeah.
So who's going to launch the discussion?
Or we can change the topic, but I really, there's a big truck going by. Oh, you can't see it through the railing.
Yeah. There's farming equipment going by.
Yeah, actually, one of the things about plasma, okay, never mind if anybody, you don't want to drink it, like whatever, but in the garden has really blown my mind. I don't know if you ladies have experienced any with your garden yet, but oh, wow.
Or did you want to do relationships?
Are we switching?
No, you can go any way you want.
I don't have anything.
You pick.
We're having a side quest.
I will say this ties slightly in with my last relationship. We didn't drink our urine, but we did save it for the garden. And I never imagined, I wasn't even familiar with Shivambu at that time. And I never thought that I would be surrounded by all these jars filled with urine everywhere. So that was my gentle segue in.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch the reaction when people see the piles of plasma.
Mm-hmm. I was collecting it also for the garden before I knew anything about Shivambu also.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
It's actually interesting because we had a huge stack when we left Laos. And as soon as it sort of clicked for me, I was not losing a drop. There's no way we weren't losing a drop of that.
We collected everything. Yeah.
So when we left with all this stuff, it was actually really mad. And I have to thank a friend, Inaka, who took care of all of that while we were gone. And all that stuff we left. It was crazy. She gave it to a school and they made a plaque for us at the school because we left all these electronics.
We rigged up the...
Anyway, she knew this lady who was quite interesting, a local Lao lady. And she came over and she knew what it was. She talked, I think, with her, and Ninake was a practitioner. So she's been on the channel publicly, so I'm not revealing. But she wanted it for her garden, that old lady. She loaded the truck with a ton of plasma in bottles, in 2-liter bottles. And she was happy with it. She was glad.
Doubt. So cool.
Yeah, so it's interesting. There's all these people, they're in society, and we don't really realize that they're there. Like I'm not gonna say, but we have people here who were saying that their family had, they knew about this.
Yeah.
I have a question. Because I'm fairly new. The aged urine and some people keep it in plastic or glass. I have a big basement. I'm wondering if I have tons of glass jars with lids I've saved. You just save it and
Yeah.
That's it? Like, and you
Just
just,
rack it up.
Yeah, it doesn't need to breathe. It can be anaerobic, which is without oxygen,
Right.
and it's
okay.
quite fascinating. It seems to want to breathe, but it doesn't need to.
Mm-hmm.
So I was using these plastic bottles, and then they would
Cave in.
they would cave in when I opened. They would have
Yeah.
they were
Inhale.
breathing.
Yeah. The only thing I would say about glass jars is you do have to watch, like if they're metal lids or some of the rubber seals, if they dry, just standard stuff that you're gonna
Right.
have to like. If you're if
Right.
you've done any canning,
Yeah.
like sort of regular rules apply.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll probably make the steel or the tin rust.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people try to get plastic lids for their glass jars to
Or just like a
eliminate that.
plastic bag with an elastic.
Right.
If, you're not worried about
Now you
leaking.
just, now do you like, just how, I'm so new to that. I just kind of catch my stream in the bathroom, with a cup. At this point, I'm just beginning, but the aged piece. So
Just
I'm
pour
gonna,
it into, have a jar there that you just pour everything into, like a
yeah,
jug or something. And after the first month or so, we usually filter off. Lee does all of the
We
siphoning.
siphon.
He siphons off the top and
Because
leaves.
filtering will just clog everything
Takes
up.
too long.
Yeah.
And leave the sediment at the bottom and discard that or put it in your garden or
right,
that's what we do. We put it in the
right,
garden. And then it just as the aging, it's like just stays more
I
clear.
used to shake it and use it. I used to think it was good. I remember people on YouTube saying like that they thought it was good, and then I did my own testing, and other people did, and I don't think it's good anymore at all. So, but it's not harmful. The
Yeah, I
sediment.
don't think you
I
can.
think it's the plasma's way of detoxing itself.
That's what I think it is too.
Yeah.
And
I tried.
go ahead.
I was going to say, I did try and filter based on y'all's recommendation through a coffee filter, and it took forever. And then the
Yeah.
coffee filter broke. And then, so you just siphon it like, how do you exactly
Just
do
take
it?
a tube and have your jug up high and another basin that it's getting dispensed into
It's
below.
called a siphon separation.
Okay.
You only need a tube.
You put the tube in the bottle, but not at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
like off the bottom a bit, and then you pull some out, and it just
You have to suck on the tube to prime it.
through gravity, it's gonna
And then as long as the end that is
the tube goes in the
lower,
other bottle.
yeah.
Yeah, and then it fills it up, and it's not gonna pick up the bottom because the tube is off the bottom. It's a siphon.
We should do a
separation
video on it
process.
tomorrow. We have to
But you
siphon.
can look it up, like
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it's siphon separation process.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you supposed to do that, or is that just for when you're about to drink the aged urine?
You
Well,
don't have to do any of it.
If
but
I see the deposit, I prefer to not use it, but sometimes I'm in a rush and
Yeah,
I need something, and I'm gonna have a sip from the bottle. It's gonna be at the bottom. It's not gonna make its way up.
right.
yeah,
But I prefer to like have as clear as I can.
And we use this also, like we actually really got onto this when we were using it for laundry because the cleaner the plasma, like the less sediment, the better it is for doing laundry. I noticed that right
wow,
away.
The second time
So-
around, it will often make sediment again after a while, but way less.
Yeah.
And then you can do it again.
Yeah.
And
you can
maybe
keep-
again.
Yeah.
And then maybe you filter it.
It's gonna
It's
be
really just like
clear at
we
that
knew
point.
an alchemist who didn't practice, but he knew that the philosopher's stone was linked to urine, and he was constantly distilling his urine, and it was quite fascinating that he was filtering and stuff. So he thought also that there's a process of purification that needs to happen, and the solids are not good in
yeah,
alchemy, right?
yeah. So that sounds like what went through my head this week. Like, this is the philosopher's stone. This is like, this is it. Like the epitome of. I mean, right. So yeah, I mean, right now do you guys still just like drink fresh at all, or
Mm-hmm. Regularly.
regularly? Yeah.
Yeah, it's very refreshing. It's very different, right? I can't just down the aged.
Cheers,
Um,
Catherine.
I have
Yeah,
this.
I love how my fresh plasma tastes. I drink quite a bit.
So
Catherine was going to
that
say
just gave me
something.
energy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go ahead,
Exactly.
Catherine.
So when I fast, first of all, when I Shivambu fast or Shivambu diet, my plasma starts tasting so acidic, like strong
Mm.
lemon flavor. Does that happen to you guys as well? Yeah. And then when I did my 36-hour dry, it came out when I finally urinated again. It was so strong, so salty, so acidic,
Wow.
orange, like literally orange. And I
Yeah.
could only take a few sips
Yeah.
and then I needed to, you know, share that elsewhere because I felt like my body was releasing too much for me to really want to put it back in.
No, it's real. That's one beautiful thing about Shivambu that really shows you, it really grounds you into your intuition, and you should always go with that. Like you were saying, Catherine, like you just didn't resonate with you. Your body was dumping stuff, and you're probably spot on. And yeah, you just let that one go to nature.
Mhm.
But I'm drinking more and more age now. Um, I have
Yes.
this sort of ongoing wave that keeps coming back to this urge to put all of the water I can back in.
Mm.
Mm.
But it was not the right place. It was not the right place twice, thrice actually. And I can see the right place coming up
It's really interesting, this journey.
where I'm gonna just loop and
Yeah.
do the pranic state for some time.
We've been in a lot of different living situations over the last 2 years, and it's really, I see now how important it is to have a space where the world needs places for people like us to go,
So
basically.
I was talking to Bradley about this last time, and I'd like to go in the desert somewhere in North Africa,
Oh, wow.
maybe Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco. Anyway, like just run off into the desert with very little water and just no like dense food, just some herbs like haritaki and our
Mm.
stuff, and do 40 days.
Mm.
Yeah,
So it'd be cool to get as many of us together as
that would be fun.
sane. Well, if you're looping everything, you're sane.
Yeah.
That's it, man. It just you can't say insane and loop.
I have a question. Does your body shake when you're doing that? Like, so my first 36 on my dry fast was pretty easy. And then, but day two though, I mean, and part of this is my nervous system and my adrenals, but like I get so shaky in
Hmm.
3 days. I could have gone longer, but I think mentally I needed to stop. But when I did 7 days before, it was just too much. So I don't know. How does your body feel throughout your
Yeah, on my
eating?
longer fasts, like I was riding a bicycle into town, and I was dizzy. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, I can't, this is dangerous. But what really helped me was actually introducing, I mean, now you're not fasting or dry. For long-term stuff like that, if you want to stay active, I call it like high energy fasting. And I started to introduce moringa tea, like
Mhm.
a moringa leaf infusion, and that really helped me a lot. Um, I just think like it's the whole this whole game is dynamic. Like, do you want to continue on? You just have to go with what your body is asking of you and what you want, what your goal is. Like, I wanted to stay, I didn't want to eat food. I just didn't want to eat food. I wasn't concerning myself with, now I'm coming off of the fast because I'm consuming something, like whatever. Some people get really caught up on that. So, yeah, do what you need to do. And I think moringa is a good one to help with like energy and stuff like that. And even buckwheat flour,
Hmm.
like to warm up a spoonful of buckwheat flour and some water in hot water or in your shivambu with your spices and herbs, like to give you some, I would cook that one, uh, to give you some sustenance.
To ground.
Yeah.
It's the body doesn't, it's not used to handling all this power. So this shape you were describing, right? It's almost like too much energetic tension is in your being.
Hmm.
It's not like energy like you want to run. It's just like this spiritual energy. So you want this grounding when you fill up your stomach full of dense food, right? It just makes you more dense, and it sort of helps with that tension.
Ground you.
But yeah, like grounding without food. We're not, people associate grounding with the ground a lot, and there's a lot to that, of course. But it's not the only thing. Moving is very grounding.
Were you taking any herbal teas or anything like that?
This time I didn't. Last time I did take haritaki and amla powder. And yeah, no, I just kept it really simple this time. I think next time maybe I will. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's very interesting, the feeling. It's like a psychedelic trip.
Oh, yeah. When I first started looping in Costa Rica, I would close my eyes and it was like, boom, medicine journey. I'm running through the jungle with the jaguars, like the drum pounding in my being. It was very psychedelic.
Cool.
Yeah, that's why the desert. It's like we need this well, I don't need it, but it'd be cool to have this vastness, this emptiness, to like receive all of this, to make room for all this powers, because you don't want to be surrounded by, you can't be peopling, as Lauren said. There's just gonna be too much, and then there's gonna be a lashback. It's good because human beings are powerful, whether they realize it or not. Like, I realized that I thought I was so powerful, and I went down the street on my bicycle, and I just like, oh, you, oh, yeah. I just like, I would shift people with what I was saying, but then I realized that even though they haven't really mastered their awareness, their power is now striking me back because I annoyed them, and because I tried to interfere with their karma too much, and that I can't do that. So yeah, you have to be careful with not triggering the response. Like, you don't squash the end and the colony comes at you. You need to like go away and let that transformation happen. Like, I don't know if you know this, but this kind of may be a bit childish, but I was reading Dragon Ball, and it sort of became an iconic manga. It's called Dragon Ball, and the hero would go away and train and be alone for a long time, and then he would become Super Saiyan. So he had to go away and be alone for a long time, like Jesus went in the desert to prepare for what was coming. Right? He needed that space, and just didn't happen to us so far. We wanted to do it, and then every time there was just so much. You can do short fast, but like you say, after a while, I think there's too much going on. Do you want me to stop?
No.
Okay. And yeah, you just need more space, or you need to get used to handling
all
this.
of my fasts. I was just thinking, all of my fasts were done when we were at the farmhouse in Lao. We had no one around, so it was relatively easy.
Our chickens.
Yeah, I'd love to add in my words and my own perspective of what you're saying is, it is so important, integration. And we want to be able to, because we are in this dimension, we are in this realm, we don't want to just continue to go high, up without having some solitude or time to integrate and time to relate. We don't want to also get like carried away with the ego, right? Exactly, and throw someone's karma off their path. And I love how you said the reflection of their power would come back at you and harm you, because it is a true thing. We can't really be interfering with that. It also can be draining. It also can throw us off our path. So it's so important to ground. it's so important to have solitude. And sometimes just, I was talking about sensuality. I'm a sensuality teacher, or a natural polarity. If you guys have ever heard of positive poles for women, it's their heart, it's their breasts, and for men, it's their genitals. So it's our point of power, where it comes from. So that's such a huge thing that I teach people in my energy work is the positive poles. That's a really profound way to integrate and come home to yourself, is to connect to those positive poles. But I just wanted to add that, yes, I agree. It's important to ground. It's important to have boundaries and to integrate. Right.
Oh,
Thank you. Beautiful. I'm so
thank
wow.
you. I
Yeah.
wanted to put your
We're
link
gonna
up,
have
but
some.
I didn't ask you for your website or something before we started.
Lauren and I are gonna talk again soon.
Everyone's been wanting me to do the website. I have my website. I just have to build it. And
No, but
I do.
if you just have a social media or something, it's fine.
Oh, I do. So I'm on social media as Fela, Fela Wolf. Oh, like a wolf. So I'm on Instagram and Facebook. And I make my artist name creative like that. There's a
Is
backstory, but
this it?
it's also easy for people to
Can you
yeah, it's
see on?
Fela F. Yes, exactly.
Okay, there it
Yeah.
is. So that's her. She's amazing. She just showed up today, and I said to her, sorry, let's go back to this. So that's her thing. I said to Joanne, the 1080th message in the Shivambu chat room on Telegram was you coming in. I didn't say anything. I was like, who's gonna be the 1080th? And then it was you, and you were asking when the next live was, and it was the first time we'd seen you. And I said, no, she was the 1081st. I said, this is the beginning of a new cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Love
And
it.
Yeah, it
yeah,
really feels like that too. It really feels like the beginning of a new cycle. Like for us,
yeah, and it's a
yeah,
brand new moon. I feel it.
yeah,
I am equally feeling that alongside you guys.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And with Catherine just coming out of a 3-day fast, it's like really
Yeah.
beautiful
I just
soul.
also want to say today feels momentous for me because it's the 8th anniversary of my brother's passing. He was struck by lightning. And
Wow.
I was just feeling like I actually am not that emotional about it anymore, but I was just feeling how much has shifted in my family since then and how much has shifted in my life. And it really rocked me coming out of this fast and feeling just so much gratitude in how much has opened, how much has softened in my lineage, and the ways that unconditional love has anchored so much deeper in grace, even though there's so many divides in my family. So I just feel that potency of that newness as well.
Mm,
Thank you.
powerful
I
times.
wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Om Tare, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Swaha. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, all paths lead nowhere. What matters if there's the path of heart?
Hmm.
So that was a path of heart. And
Yeah,
that's what we want. That's what we all want to find.
yeah.
Thank you. So
It's
it's all it feels like I'm supposed to come off stage now and let the women rule the world here.
I love this like sensuality feels like such a great direction for us to kind of go for a moment. Uh, like that vulnerability and tenderness, and that's kind of all part of sensuality. And don't know. There's something just really, I love that word. It has brought so much more meaning to me since Shivambu and since the semen retention, like that our relationship has changed so much. And it's interesting because there's not this like latching on to the other. Um, it's much more like I feel autonomous in my relationship, but
Mhm.
I feel really grounded in my relationship. I don't know. It's just really interesting time for me right now. I don't know if that resonates with either of you
A
as
hundred
singles.
percent. 100%. With my surgery when I was 3, I've noticed Shivambu has, and I had fragmentation, split personality, PTSD, and this has totally brought me into wholeness. And alongside the sensuality, positive pole work that I do, I also have a mentor that I work with. This has just amplified it so much. So I believe that Shivambu is amplifying what we already do for holistic modalities, and it helps it to fully come home. And it's always up to us to stay consistent and accountable. But it is literally me and my partner, when we were essential with each other the other night, it was so beautiful, and it healed so much sexually for me. And I do a lot of work with deprogramming sex as friction based. So it's that's that portal of spirit, that portal of connection and oneness, and it absolutely just helped so much birth that through um, for me. And I've started to think about it, and for men too, healing circumcision trauma, which a lot of men have, that then thus leads them into the depolarization and violent friction based connection to what I just mentioned is their positive pole. So this really does help bring to wholeness and sensuality. It's directly linked.
Yeah, I've been feeling this so much. I'm in a celibate season of my life. It's been quite long, but um, my womb circuitry has just been, I don't know if it's Shivambu or just part of, you know, many different cycles in nature, but it's something has been shifting in my own womb circuitry, and practices that I did much younger, like as far as moving Shakti through my body, have just started naturally happening in a really organic way without any kind of attachment to what happens next. And as I've been contemplating like what I would want for my next relationship, I've just also realized how much trauma was in my past sexual relationships with so much um, yeah, it's not grounded in unconditional love if there's all of these expectations of what a sexual experience is supposed to look like. And there's so much freedom in just showing up with what wants to unfold organically without any attachment to the outcome. And that is really freeing. And I feel it ties directly with Shabambu. And as you were saying, Anna, the autonomous way of being with a partner and being in your own eros, being in your own energy field, but also just sharing that from a place of overflow rather than needing the stimulus of another to get you to a certain place, or for them for their sense of accomplishment to get you to a certain place. And so there's relaxation and freedom to show up as you are.
Yeah, it changed so much. Did you want to say something?
Oh no, just your volume. Now it's on. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. Very well said, Catherine. It has changed so much our relationship, like what you were saying, Catherine, about we're not there's no chasing after this thing that you're this final outcome. There is no final outcome anymore. And you really, it forces you to connect on such a deeper level with your partner. And then over time, the change that happens with that over time, it's like you become more autonomous the closer you get. It's really something.
Hmm.
And
I
I think
have to
all
go.
relationships can kind of be that way,
Oh, you have
actually.
to
Yeah.
go?
Oh, I'm just gonna, if you guys can pause my mic,
Yeah.
I am gonna go pick up my dog through the Bluetooth. But yes, I love this.
Okay, we'll pause you. Just let me know in the private chat when you want to come up.
Okay.
Wow, it's so powerful today. I
Yeah.
could feel it before it happened, actually.
Wow. Catherine, I'm so grateful for your share today. I want to, yeah, thank you.
I feel like I could cry for like 5 minutes once this live goes off.
Yeah. Yeah, you might.
Unfortunately, it's not happening
Oh,
after.
it's over. It's
What?
over, actually.
We're still
supposed to
going.
end.
Oh, yeah. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for coming, everyone.
Thanks for coming here. We're going to join us for the after and pre show. It's where all the juicy juice happens. Ciao.
Ciao. Thanks for coming.